You are an idiot!
Don't wanna be an American idiot. Don't want a nation under the new media.
Our society has become increasingly dumbed down in recent years, and it is a very frightening trend. What is even more frightening is I have noticed the television programs going parallel with the dumbing down of our society. There definitely has to be a link between the dumbing down of our society and the programs that they have been showing on the television for the past decade. Take, for instance, a lot of the former educational networks on the television. These networks were once designed to educate and enlighten people, and these networks no longer do that. And I'm going to be going into that right now. One of the main educational networks used to be the Discovery Channel. The Discovery Channel at one time was a great channel to go to learn about different things. The Discovery Channel had beautifully done documentaries about science and about nature. And now what has the Discovery Channel been reduced to? A bunch of stupid brain-dead reality shows, mostly about Jethro and Billy Bob running around the woods killing stuff. And this is very sad, very disturbing, and very disgusting. And the Discovery Channel, I don't understand how they can still continue to advertise themselves as an educational network, because there is no longer anything educational about them. And I'm going to show everyone this by going into the lineups of a lot of these stupid reality show programs that they have been airing for the past decade. One such cheap reality show that the Discovery Channel likes to pride itself in is a show called The Deadliest Catch. And pretty much what this show is all about is a bunch of crab fishermen who go out catching crabs in the Bering Sea off the coast of Alaska. Not really anything of much educational value. I mean, Discovery could actually spend more time teaching people about the beauty of Alaska and the different wildlife that lives in Alaska's waters. But instead, with all their time that they have, that they could spend educating people like they used to, they'd rather just show a program of crab fishermen catching crabs in the Bering Sea. And about all the drama that surrounds their lives, you know? It's ridiculous. Another stupid reality show that Discovery has come out with recently is some stupid show called Naked and Afraid. And what this is about, it's some stupid reality show where these people are dumped off in the wilderness somewhere, bare butt naked, and then they have to do what they can to survive to get to the certain checkpoint or wherever it is where they supposedly get picked up and rescued. Now, I can tell you one thing. This show, they're not really out there in the wilderness trying to survive. I guarantee after all the filming is done, they probably pack up and go back to a hotel room, and then they go back the next day and resume filming. You know? This is all a bunch of fake garbage, and the only part about that isn't fake is the fact that they're going around killing critters and and making spears and wearing loincloths. And then, of course, you got to hear them whine and cry about all their stupid drama about their lives. Once again, absolutely nothing that has to do with education. And 20 years ago, Discovery would be showing programs about the beauty of the wilderness and the wildlife, not stupid garbage like this. So once again, this is the stupidity that the Discovery Channel has reduced itself to. Another program that the Discovery Channel has been airing is a program called Lost and Sold. And what this is about is some people that go to an auction and they bid on storage bins of people who had their personal items stored in there, and that for whatever reason they couldn't keep paying their bills on it, and they lost the storage bin with all their personal items. So basically, these people, they go in there and they bid on these storage bins and just kind of fight over getting it like a bunch of vultures. And then after they obtain these storage bins, they go through all these items, and then whatever items they think is valuable, they turn around, they sell it, and they make a profit off it. Oh yeah, nothing else says educational enlightenment than making a profit off of somebody else's loss and misery. And here is another bit of stupid and ridiculous programming from the former educational network known as the Discovery Channel. This fake reality show here, known as Street Outlaws, is about, or supposedly about, people involved in the world of illegal street racing. Now, as a car enthusiast myself, I could tell you straight up that this show here is completely fake. Because those who are involved in the world of illegal street racing are not really going to want to draw much attention to themselves, and most certainly would not want to have their faces plastered all over television where everyone involved in law enforcement can see who they are. Ridiculous. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't think that all reality shows are bad. As a classic car enthusiast, I do enjoy some of the programs where these guys get these classic cars and they fix them up. But a show like Fast and Loud really does not belong on the Discovery Channel. A show like Fast and Loud belongs more on one of the automotive networks. And also, I think that as far as the show Fast and Loud goes, they could provide a little bit more information about how to restore cars. You know what I mean? To be able to teach people how to fix cars and do different things like that. And the thing is, Fast and Loud does not belong on the Discovery Channel. Fast and Loud belongs on an automotive channel. And here is one of the former educational network known as Discovery signature programs about Jethro and Billy Bob running around the woods killing stuff. This show, known as The Sons of Winter, is basically about a family of fur trappers. You know, this is one of those, oh yeah, it's Jethro and Billy Bob running around the woods shooting guns and killing critters and yee-haw! That's pretty much about all these stupid kind of shows are about. And it's really disgusting and disturbing. 20 years ago, the Discovery Channel would never show garbage like this. 20 years ago, the Discovery Channel would show beautifully done documentaries about wild animals and about how they live, and you would actually get to learn about these animals. But today, instead of them showing something like that, this is the kind of stupid and ignorant garbage they show. And instead of actually providing any kind of factual information or anything of any educational and intellectual value about wild animals, they'd rather show this kind of garbage where wild animals are exploited and killed. And here we are with another one of those stupid programs about idiots running around the wilderness and killing wildlife and doing all kinds of stupid stuff. Alaskan bush people. Seriously, Discovery? Do you really honestly have to keep showing this stupid stuff? Can you just go back to showing things that were educational and intellectually enlightening, please? And here's another disgusting reality show from the Discovery Channel that glorifies the exploitation and killing of wildlife. This program, known as Kodiak, is basically about a trophy hunting outfitter group and trophy hunters who go out and they shoot and kill grizzly bears and Kodiak bears in Alaska. Because we just can't get enough of watching Jethro and Billy Bob running around with guns and killing critters. Yeehaw! This is just total and complete BS right here. Once again, the former educational network known as the Discovery Channel would have never shown crap like this back in the day. And here is another ridiculous, stupid, and fake reality show from the Discovery Channel. This program, known as Moonshiners, is about people who are out making moonshine, ducking the authorities, and trying to sell their moonshine. Now, because manufacturing and selling bootleg and illegal liquor is a federal offense in this country and carries a sentence of 6 years in prison, anyone who is out making illegal liquor is not going to want to draw attention to themselves, and most certainly would not be on a stupid reality show. Once again, this is another form of stupid, ridiculous, non-intellectual, non-educational programming from the former educational network known as Discovery. What in the hell has happened to the Discovery Channel? A once great intellectual and educational network has now been reduced to a network of garbage and stupidity. And it's not just the Discovery Channel. There are other educational networks too, some of which are linked with the Discovery Channel and some that aren't. But even these once great educational channels are now reduced to stupidity. Another channel that is part of the Discovery Network is a channel that was once known as the Learning Channel. Now it's called TLC. Now TLC used to be about learning, but now when you watch it, you're not really going to find anything of any learning or intellectual value. I tell you what you're going to find on the former Learning Channel, though. You're going to find a bunch of programs about fashion and yuppies and stupid stuff like that. And this is pretty much what the Learning Channel has been reduced to. One of these stupid fashion shows that is being aired on the former Learning Channel is a show called What Not to Wear. And what the show is about is a couple of shallow yuppies that go around and give people makeovers because we just have to be really concerned about how people choose to dress in this society. And it's really ridiculous. I mean, this is how shallow our society is becoming too. I really don't care really how people dress when it comes to watching television shows. I really don't care about that. And the fact that this has become another shallow obsession with society, there really is a problem going on here. Another stupid reality show about fashion that they are showing on the former Learning Channel is some stupid program called Say Yes to the Dress. And pretty much what it's about is wedding dresses. Some kind of a wedding dress store is profiled in this stupid show. And, you know, you got these women, "Oh, look at me, I'm trying on wedding dresses, I'm going to get married." Which, this is something that anybody can do. And it's ridiculous that they actually have stupid reality shows about people trying on wedding dresses. It's ridiculous. Of course, if the stupid fashion reality shows aren't bad enough on the former Learning Channel, they also got really stupid shows about people having a bunch of freaking kids. Like this one show in particular called Kate Plus 8. And basically it profiles some chick that has 8 kids. And the fact that people even find this interesting, I swear, you gotta be freaking kidding me. I swear, only in this world today do people think that they should get some kind of a medal or special attention just because they reproduced. And here's another stupid reality show about people mass producing. 19 kids and counting. Another stupid reality show about people with like about 20 freaking kids. The fact that anybody even watches this kind of stuff is really disturbing and disgusting. Not only that, but this family profiled in this reality show, the Duggars, are really messed up. I mean, the show ended up being recently taken off the air because it turns out one of the older brothers in their family was basically getting it on with his younger sisters. Freaking disgusting. I guess the next reality show idea that Discovery and its network channels are going to be coming up with is probably some stupid reality show about incest next. I mean, just the fact that they had a family like the Duggars with a reality show, and the whole time they have one of their offspring going around boinking his own siblings. I tell you, Discovery must be real proud. And of course, you just gotta get a load of this stupid reality show on the former Learning Channel. Here Comes Honey Boo Boo. Basically, what this is some dumb reality show about some backwoods white trash slobs, and then they got this daughter that they enter in beauty pageants and all that other garbage. I mean, seriously, people are watching this? What is wrong with our society today? But if Honey Boo Boo ain't bad enough, it gets even worse. The former Learning Channel also has some show called Toddlers and Tiaras. A show about little kids being entered in beauty pageants. Boy, I tell you, all those disgusting freaks out there really must love the former Learning Channel for that one. It just blows my mind how they can actually put shows up like this, you know? For those of us remaining intelligent people, the Learning Channel was once a great channel to tune into and get to watch really great educational programming. Now it's not even worth jack. Now, at one time, the History Channel used to be a great channel to go to learn about history. Back in the day, you could turn it to the History Channel. You would learn about ancient civilizations. You would learn about the 2 world wars. You would learn just all kinds of different subjects pertaining to history. But now the History Channel no longer really shows anything related to any kind of serious history that has taken place. Instead, what you're going to probably find on the History Channel is a bunch of stupid hillbilly reality shows, and among other things that, you know, really makes you wonder, what purpose do some of these programs have on a channel that is supposed to be teaching the people about history? One such show that was among the first to partake in the dumbing down of the History Channel is a show called Ice Road Truckers. And what this show is about a bunch of truckers who drive trucks on frozen roads in Alaska. Because after all, nothing else says learning about history than watching Bubba drive a truck on a precarious road. And after that, there have been quite a few other stupid reality shows that aren't even related to anything that has to do with history that have followed this one. Such as this show here called Axemen, a show about lumberjacks. What the heck does this have to do with history? And then here is another stupid reality show on the History Channel. Some stupid show of toothless rednecks living in the swamp and going around killing alligators. Oh yeah, Billy Bob, we're gonna kill up some gators. Who the heck watches this garbage? Then, as if Swamp Men isn't bad enough, the History Channel also has another stupid redneck reality show called Mountain Men. A show about fur trappers going around trapping, exploiting, torturing, and killing wild animals. Oh yeah, Billy Bob, we're some big tough mountain men running around the mountains, killing critters and shooting guns and yee-haw. This is the kind of garbage that they have been showing. And not only is this very disgusting and disturbing, you really wonder who in the hell watches this, and why is this kind of garbage being put out? And then, because the History Channel, like many channels owned by the Discovery Network, just can't seem to get enough of putting out disgusting programs that glorify exploiting, torturing, and killing wild animals, such as that show Mountain Men, the History Channel also has another stupid reality show called Yukon Men, which is pretty much the same garbage as Mountain Men. Now, as someone who works in the field of animal rescue and animal advocacy, I find these type of shows very disgusting and disturbing. And not only are they glorifying the exploitation, torturing, and killing of wild animals, these shows are also giving out false facts and false information, and are even demonizing certain species of wild animals. And these networks are supposed to be educational networks. So, what the hell is crap like this doing on these networks? Now, when the History Channel isn't too busy showing programs about rednecks exploiting and killing wild animals, they do have a couple of shows that sort of teach you a little bit about history. They have this one program here called American Pickers. And what this show is about is a couple of junkmen who visit the homes of hoarders and buy junk off of them. Like usually they'll buy like some old Coca-Cola sign from the 1930s or, stuff like that. And it gives you a little bit of information about the history of the object and a lot of corporate history about different companies. Pretty much no real history that has anything to do with different civilizations of people or different major events that took place. But I guess you could sort of call this history. Now, when it comes to reality shows, I guess Pawn Stars really isn't all that bad, because at least they actually have stuff that pertains to actual major history. They have these different people that come into their pawn shop and pawn off different items, and some of these items actually have links to major historical events. So I can't really say anything bad about Pawn Stars, but the History Channel on some days runs this same show for hours on end, and with all that time that they're using to continuously run this show over and over and over again like a marathon, they could actually use some of that time to show some documentaries about different major historical events. But for whatever reason, the History Channel won't do that. This is about the only show here that they actually have that pertains to any real history. And then the rest of it is all just mainly a bunch of garbage. From a lot of the programs that you now see on the History Channel today, the History Channel pretty much is no longer about history. It has become extremely dumbed down. Another former educational network that has become increasingly dumbed down is Animal Planet. Now, Animal Planet used to be a great channel. Animal Planet used to show beautifully done documentaries that taught you about different animals and how they lived. Animal Planet also used to show really great programs that taught you about animals and taught you to respect animals. And Animal Planet also had programs that showed you how you could help and save animals. Animal Planet doesn't do that anymore. Instead, Animal Planet, like all of the other channels that are linked to the Discovery Network, show programs that exploit and harm animals. And it's really sad, disgusting, and disturbing. The once great programs that you used to see on Animal Planet that taught you about animals and animal welfare have now been replaced by a bunch of stupid hillbilly redneck reality shows that exploit animals. Like this stupid show right here, Hillbilly Hand Fishing. Oh yeah, Billy Bob, we're gonna catch us some catfish with our bare hands. And this is just the tip of the iceberg of the stupid and disgusting programs that are now being aired on Animal Planet. Then Animal Planet has this stupid reality show called Call of the Wild Man. And in this show, this guy supposedly goes and catches wild animals and then relocates them. But that's not really how it is in this show. In fact, this show is not only fake, but many of the animals that were in this show were abused and mishandled on the set. When news of this got out, they supposedly were going to take this show off the air, but it never happened. A few months later, this guy was back on Animal Planet for another season. So, not only was this idiot on the show Call of the Wild Man abusing animals and mishandling them, but he also is allowed to continue to have his show. There's something very wrong with that, and it's very sick and disturbing. Then Animal Planet has another stupid reality show called Tanked, about these guys that build custom fish tanks. Oh yeah, that's really something that's so interesting and so fascinating. Pretty much all this is like some big glorified infomercial for a custom fish tank making company. And then Animal Planet has another stupid reality show called Treehouse Masters, a show about building tree houses. Now what does that have to do with animals? Animal Planet is no longer about animals anymore. You can see it by how Animal Planet has also changed their logo. It used to be just Animal Planet, and now it's Animal Planet Surprisingly Human. You know, Animal Planet really sucks now. And quite frankly, I think Animal Planet's logo and slogan should be Animal Planet Surprisingly Garbage. The National Geographic Channel used to be a good educational channel too. And like all the others, the National Geographic Channel has become dumbed down too. And just like all of the other former educational channels, the National Geographic Channel has a bunch of stupid, backwood redneck, hillbilly reality shows that glorify exploiting and killing animals. Like this show, Life Below Zero. Another stupid reality show about fur trappers running around the woods, exploiting, torturing, and killing wild animals while giving out false facts and false information about wild animals, and also demonizing certain species of wild animals. It's a very sad, disgusting, and disturbing world now that programs like this are being aired on TV channels that are actually supposed to be educational networks. There was once a time when these educational networks actually had programs that actually taught us things. And now, all they are is mostly a bunch of garbage. They're not even worth anything anymore. Back in the day, A&E used to be a good channel too. They used to be arts and entertainment. And now, what they're mostly about is this garbage. Yet another stupid, backward, redneck hillbilly show that glorifies exploiting and killing animals. This stupid show, Duck Dynasty, I have absolutely no idea why people think that this is a good show. All it is a bunch of wannabe ZZ Top looking freaks that like to go out and kill wild animals. And this is pretty much almost the only show that you see on A&E anymore. Literally, it's like every single day it's a freaking Duck Dynasty marathon. What is also disturbing is the fact that one of the stars of the show, Phil Robertson, has said quite a few disgusting and disturbing things, and he pretty much gets away with it when other people on TV have been kicked off the air for doing a lot less. It's a double standard, and it's really disgusting and disturbing. Now, as if the existence of this show isn't bad enough, one of the stars is allowed to pretty much say and do whatever messed up thing he wants to, and he gets away with it. Basically, it's a double standard because there have been other TV personalities that have gotten in trouble for saying and doing a lot less. This is just literally the way people are over this show. It's just ridiculous and disgusting. You know, I miss the days when A&E was actually about acting, arts, and entertainment, and good drama. They used to have great shows like Crime Story. They had shows like Nero Wolfe. And they had other kinds of crime dramas and just regular dramas, you know? And now all they show is some stupid reality show of some bearded wannabe ZZ Top freaks that run around and kill wild animals, and also use a reality show as a glorified infomercial to sell their duck calls. MTV, formerly known as Music Television, used to pretty much be all about music. And now all MTV is a bunch of stupid brain-dead reality shows. Like this one here, of a bunch of young idiots going out drinking, causing problems, thinking that they're all that in a bag of chips, and having absolutely no respect for anyone, not even themselves. This is the kind of crap you can expect to see on MTV now. Yep, MTV has really gone to crap now too. And like a lot of other channels, it ain't even worth watching anymore. And another major contributor we have to the dumbing down of television is all of our mainstream news media. The mainstream news media never really reports any real news anymore. Instead, they want to do a bunch of stories about Hollywood celebrities, or some stupid study that someone has come out with, that they all of a sudden come back with conflicting results 6 months later. And also when they do stories, they put political spins on stories. They often leave a lot of facts out. They don't tell you everything. And a lot of times, everything that the mainstream news media tells you is one big lie. Basically, what they do is they either lie to you or they leave so many facts out you don't even know what the truth is. They pretty much keep you in the dark about everything. And basically, that's the way our mainstream news is today. They don't inform you at all about anything that is going on, and they don't tell you the truth either. And this is a serious problem with our news sources and our society these days. With the kind of garbage that they have been showing on the television, and with the way people are acting these days, I swear that one movie called Idiocracy is more than just a movie. It's a warning of things that actually could happen. All of the garbage and brain-dead programming that has been aired on television in recent years is no accident, and it's no coincidence. There is definitely a war against intellectualism going on here. Since a lot of these programs have come onto the television, people have gotten a lot dumber, a lot more shallow, and a lot more cruel. And I honestly feel that if somebody conducted a social study experiment and had a group of people watch the kind of programs that they used to show on television back in the day, and then have people watch a lot of stupid reality shows that have taken over, they will find that a lot of the programs on television is negatively impacting our society. I strongly feel that a lot of the garbage that they are showing on the television set today is a conspiracy from the powers that be to dumb down society. And the reason why they want society dumbed down is because people who are stupid and ignorant are easy to control. And people in our society need to wake up to this conspiracy before it's too late.
They tell us how we need it, so believe it that the reason is because they only want us beaten. Drag us down the road as the puppeteer holds, as he leaves a trail of stones, their disguise is gold. They beat us with the images of fancy cars and rings, and these half-naked women that will dance and sing. They tell us use the credit cards with the lower rates, but then the rates will raise after so many days. The politicians make you think they're working for the people, but they have their own agendas, they ain't keeping it real. They tell us one thing and then go into another. Ask us for a name, address, telephone number. They say it's for security, and then they go and lie to me, and then they track me down through every single street. Wake up, realize now they're tracking lies, tracking citizens' lives through government spies. They want to dumb us down, keep us down on a lower level. Think of how we eat, think of how we drink, think of how we sleep, think of how we breathe. Think of demons, think of reasons, think of why. They want to dumb us down, keep us down on a lower level. Think of how we eat, think of how we drink, think of how we sleep, think of how we breathe. Think of demons, think of reasons, think of why. They want to dumb us down, keep us down on a lower level. Think of how we eat, think of how we drink, think of how we sleep, think of how we breathe. Think of demons, think of reasons, think of why. They got us looking out, watching out on everybody else, watching everybody's wealth except for ourselves. They want you to consume from the fear that they choose as they spread it in the news throughout everybody's room. They fool you with the passion, make you think that you have it. Then 6 months later, now it's just a bad habit. Drive the car up off the lot, it loses so much of its value, but you need to have it cause you're just a little shallow. They have us watching sports while we cheer for our team, but little do we know it's just part of their scheme. They're looking to control, satisfy all our minds, take away all our time, illusionize all our eyes. Keep us fat and lazy, it's an easier plan, cause we'll never chase them down when we figure out their plan. They sit up in the office, catch a laugh and a chuckle, cause they look around and see us all stuck in a bubble. They wanna dumb us down, keep us down on a lower level. Think of how we eat, think of how we drink, think of how we sleep, think of how we breathe. Think of demons, think of reasons, think of why. They wanna dumb dumb us down, keep us down on a lower level. Think of how we eat, think of how we drink, think of how we sleep, think of how we breathe. Think of demons, think of reasons, think of why. They wanna dumb us down, keep us down on a lower level. Think of how we eat, think of how we drink, think of how we sleep, think of how we breathe. Think of demons, think of reasons, think of why. They send us through the public schools just to be the minimum. Then these damn citizens all on the Ritalin. Got us texting on the phone, typing out 3-letter words, typing out these letters fast, not even knowing what it said. Oh my goodness gracious, what is wrong with this society? These politicians lie to me and then they wanna vote for me. They spin us in a circle and they do this on purpose, cause it makes us all dizzy and a little less determined. Rats and vermin, supremacy averted, cause I show the strength to go and solve and conquer their maze. They trick us with the fancy colors and preservatives, so then our lives will shrink just a little tiny bit. I try to run away when I look around and all I see is people chasing greed like it was their degree. They keep me staying lazy with the games that you play, so how you gonna put these skills on your resume? They wanna dumb us down, keep us down on a lower level. Think of how we eat, think of how we drink, think of how we sleep, think of how we breathe. Think of demons, think of reasons, think of why. They wanna dumb us down, keep us down on a lower level. Think of how we eat, think of how we drink, think of how we sleep, think of how we breathe. Think of demons, think of reasons, think of why.
Don't wanna be an American idiot. Don't want a nation under the new media. And can you hear the sound of hysteria? The subliminal mindfuck America. Welcome to a new kind of tension all across the alien nation. Everything isn't meant to be okay. Television dreams of tomorrow. We're not the ones I'm meant to follow, but that's enough to argue. Well, maybe I'm the faggot America. I'm not a part of a redneck agenda. Now everybody do the propaganda and sing along to the age of paranoia. Welcome to a new kind of tension all across the alien nation, where everything is meant to be okay. The television dreams of tomorrow. We're not the ones I'm meant to follow, but that's enough to argue. Don't wanna be an American idiot. One nation controlled by the media. Information age of hysteria is calling out to idiot America. Welcome to a new kind of tension all across the alien nation, where everything isn't meant to be